Hi, Jailoshni. Hi, Alex.
Hello.
I am John Otto PK from Actor Spaces. Actor Spaces is a platform that celebrates all things African, television, film, and theatre, but most importantly, the actors within that industry. Nice to meet you guys today and see you. And first of all, congratulations on the release of Justice Served, finally. How are you guys feeling and how are you guys preparing for the big release?
Yeah, we're thrilled. We're excited. We're nervous. We're all sorts of things.
All the emotions.
It's a ride, but most of all, I think we feel proud
and humbled.
Yes, absolutely.
To have our show displayed on a worldwide platform.
Mm-hmm. Thanks to Netflix. So we're feeling pretty good about the end product as well, right? I mean,
I binged it.
And I think the world is going to love it. I think we know that. We just feel blessed to be a part of it.
And how would each of you guys describe your character in 3 words?
In 3 words. Oof.
Gosh. Mm-hmm. We had a problem with the 1 word earlier, and now we're like 3. That's a lot more than 1, but Karabo Friedman. She is strong-willed. That's 1 word, right?
Cheat.
Strong-willed. Gosh. Not fearless, but acts in spite of it all. I don't know. It's hard to put it into 3 words. I want to
Yeah, you want to say so many
paragraph.
words. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. She is strong-willed, your character.
Yeah.
For sure,
That's a good word to sum her up, I think.
She is in some ways a little fearless, you think?
No, there's definitely still fear, but she acts in spite of that fear.
Yeah. And
I mean, you
would make
can't
her a
not
little,
be scared in the
She
situation.
comes across as fearless.
Yeah, but no,
Yeah.
definitely not fearless. But acts in spite of it all to get to the truth.
And you, Jailoshni?
I would say strong. I would also use 3 words are so difficult, but also I think her commitment to telling the story truthfully. That's not 3 words. With integrity, I think there's something to be said about that.
Committed, strong, truthful.
Got it.
Committed, strong, true.
And Alex, considering that your character goes through quite a lot of emotional arcs from different angles, and shooting is not necessarily in a chronological order.
No, it isn't.
How did you keep track of your character's emotional journey throughout the series?
Honestly, I will say that I actually impressed myself. Because the last 3 characters I played have all been quite comedic and lighthearted. So already taking on the role of Karabo Friedman was a challenge. And it's a drama, and every scene that she's a part of is heightened emotionally. And I felt like I was coming to each scene with tension and tears, and it was a lot. And again, because it's not shot chronologically, that was a challenge. But I did it. I don't know. You have to keep track of the story, and everyone helps, because obviously the makeup and wardrobe, it all helps. Continuity helps keep you in that moment, and backtrack and fast forward and work out where you are and where you're coming from. Also music. Depending on the type of scene, I would play certain songs to help me get into a certain state. That helped a lot on this job for sure. It was interesting.
And Jailoshni, considering that also your character was stationed in kind of the same place the whole time, and in a way outside of all the drama.
Yeah.
How did you maintain just different emotions within just being on the outside and being isolated from everything else?
Yeah, well, I think most of all you have to be in the moment, and that kind of focus is important. And also as a journalist, I mean, if you put yourself in that position, you are out there, right there. You want to get the scoop. You want to get the story. You have someone from your team on the inside. You have a whole lot happening, and it's unfolding. And you just have to, yes, you're out there, but you're in there, kind of, you know. You gotta put yourself there, and like I said, focus on the fact that this is the job you have to do, and you have to get the best part of the story, and you know, challenging that for actors as well, you know. But it's what we do, hey.
And speaking about journalism, Jailoshni, you have experience as a journalist in radio and everything like that. What experience from your own personal life did you put into this character?
I think as a journalist, ultimately you need to be aware of everything that's happening around you, and you need to be able to observe and listen, and you know, and you know that your job is to tell a story. So of course, when you're playing a role like this, you want to do some kind of research, and you dig deep into all of your experiences as well to get you bring whatever. I think an actor, any role you play, you're bringing from your own experiences a lot of the time as well as from everything that you see around you, from your observation over the years and all of it. So it helped in some ways, because as a journalist, you ask yourself a lot of questions, and I constantly ask myself that, what would I do? There's all of these challenging issues that are facing her in the moment, and you want to get the juicy story, because ultimately that's what you want to do. You want people to buy into that story. But how far would you go as far as your integrity is concerned? To just color the story, or when you're especially when you're part of a media team, where not everyone is thinking the same way. And what do? Do you risk losing your job because you feel like the integrity is more important? Or do you want to get the story, make the story as juicy as possible? How much of a role does your ego play? There's so many things to consider, and certainly, you know, it makes you think, even in your role in real life, how would I do that? Lots to think about.
And Alex, you know, considering that you're an actress, not necessarily a journalist, what research did you get into about the field of journalism, or just even the jargon of journalism?
Well, I wanted to understand why someone would choose to be a journalist, because it is a risky career, and you often put yourself in the line of danger. So I wanted to understand what it means to be a journalist, and why someone would choose to be a journalist, and what being a journalist means. Like, what are the principles that journalists stand by? And I think Karabo Friedman takes her job very seriously. You know, her obligation is to the truth, her loyalty is to her fellow citizens, and that's what I stuck by. Also, to be able to handle those situations, you know, she's constantly standing up and putting herself in more danger in a way. So to be able to do that, I had to be like, this is why, it's for the people. You want the truth for the people.
And, you know, because you guys are digging the truth for justice, what does justice served look like for your characters?
You mean in the sense of the story?
Yes.
Allan Harve being found not guilty. No one wants another murder on their hands. Or a murder on their hands, not another, but just no one wants murder on their hands.
Exactly, yeah. And it's so easy to embellish a lot of the time as a journalist as well. You know, the job of the media is to get the story out, but it's not always a truthful, you know, in the way you portray it. I mean, we all get guilty of that a lot of the time as well. How much can we color it to make it as juicy as possible?
Well, it
to
should
get the
be
buy-in?
truthful, right?
It should be.
Should be.
Yeah, and a lot of it is quite subjective. So there's all of those questions to ask, and in the end, is justice served? I guess you'll have to watch it for audiences on the 29th of July on Netflix, and you figure it out, you know. I think everybody will have differing opinions, but that's what it's all about. We want to touch people and make people think, and most importantly, it's entertainment too, right? You're guaranteed to be on the edge of your seat when you're watching Justice Served.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.